Got some fresh new blades. We are getting an early jump on things, really getting started. We are about to start finishing the siding on the front of the house. So today at about 4 p.m., so probably around quitting time, it's supposed to be a really gnarly storm up here. We thought it was gonna snow for like 5 days. It snowed like an inch, and then 2 days later, it all melted. And now for the next like 2 or 3 days, it's supposed to snow again. We don't really know what to expect, but we always expect the worst and hope for the best. Right now, we're gonna try and get as much of the siding on the front of the house done as we can today. And I think that if we bust our butts, we can probably get it finished.
All right, well, it's actually turned into a beautifully crisp fall morning. It's cool and overcast, but it's dry, and I think the precipitation is gonna hold off until late this afternoon. So I think we have a full day of work that we can get done on the outside of the house. And it's just one of those like fall days. You wanna carve pumpkins, drink cider, and eat a lot of chocolate, whether you're pregnant or not. It wouldn't be a regular morning though without some major problems. First thing in the morning.
Ow!
Trent!
You distracted me.
Was that my fault?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, there's something wrong with this outlet, and I'm pretty sure that these hot wires are reversed. With some outlets it matters, and with some it doesn't. And with these like GFI outlets,
it does.
Pretty sure it matters.
I see.
Because it wouldn't work.
While Trent is attending to the latest crisis of the day, let me show you a little bit of what we got done this weekend. We've spent a couple days not filming, but being super productive. The house on the inside is looking really, really nice. Look at this, first of all. We've got a little fire going in there. If you walk over here, if you touch there, then these lights turn on. Very fancy. These lights are so that I don't die if I have to get up in the middle of the night and go down the stairs. And then these lights also work. And I think they're beautiful. Simple, classy, just enough to keep things a little bit light, especially at night when it gets dark in here. And then if you come in here, ooh, it's beautiful. There was a couple crises that we had to overcome while we were installing these lights, but they now work correctly. We just need to do a little bit of drywall patching. The work just never ends, you know? Hi, Frank. Hello, little boy. But I would say the biggest update from the weekend is that the dogs have been really enjoying hanging out inside the house. A lot more space than in Terry. We're not living in here yet, but we are hanging out in here. And Lika, for sure, is letting out all of her puppy zoomies constantly. So Frank is tolerating it like a champion, even though I can tell he really just wants to cuddle and sleep by the fire. Right here, in your little corner. Come here. Down. Yes. A couple of our friends recommended these paw blankets. They're like faux fur, machine washable, super durable, waterproof dog blankets that you can put all over your furniture. So we got a couple for the couch, a couple for the bed, and Frank loves it, which is great because it's really hard to keep him off the couch. He's used to living in a van and in Terry where the entire house is his. He doesn't understand the concept of not being on the furniture. Lika understands it a little bit better, but the problem is that Frank does not distinguish between blankets and thinks that every blanket is his blanket to lay on. So we're trying to help him understand this can be his spot. It's nice and cleanable. It's not the entire couch, but I'm sorry, but it's a start, right? Right? Do you understand? Does that make sense to you? Can you stay in your little corner? Or do you need the entire couch? Okay. Crisis averted?
What?
Crisis averted?
Well, just task accomplished,
Oh,
but we can say the same thing either way. So now I have this outlet installed. And now we can continue with the siding. Brandon is drilling holes for all of the frame that's gonna go around this window. And then you, my dear, are gonna paint.
Lovely.
You're being a good girl, Lika. It's okay. Yeah.
Normally, Lika loves to chase deer or just anything that moves. You're right, I don't want to jinx myself. But we've been trying really hard to train her that she doesn't have to do that. It's not necessary. They live here too. This is their place also, and we can share it together peacefully. And look at this progress.
No barking, nice and quiet. There's like a herd of deer in that general area. Good girl.
Very, very good progress.
What do you think of the difference in pattern?
I mean, I think the cedar shake looks really cool. And you'd think that because it comes in these like taller panels, that it would be like easier to install or faster or anything. And that's not really the truth. One thing that's good is that if your lines aren't perfect, it probably looks better than if your lines are like perfect and square, like with the lap siding. But you have to overlap so much, like there's 4 layers of really tall hardy board here to make this small section. And so I'm starting to worry that we might run out of hardy board. Also, there's a storm brewing if you were unaware. Ah!
What?
The ladder was gonna blow over.
Scared me.
Anyway, we're just trucking along.
We're under a high wind advisory, which is definitely not as intense or scary as being under a winter weather advisory where we get, you know, feet and feet of snow. But it is making us take a look at all the trees nearby. Last year there was a crazy windstorm and a ton of trees came down. So I'm hoping that means all the remaining trees are nice and secure. We don't have to worry about anything falling on us or the house. But all of our tools are blowing around on the deck. And it's just a very cold, windy morning.
We are not good at this.
But you're doing it anyway.
Yeah, well, it'll work. It's just not gonna look pretty.
Bro, wait.
Oh, Allie saves the day.
I can't believe you're drinking that. It's freezing today.
It's so delicious.
One problem with these, the lap siding is there's these things called gecko gauges and they clip onto the siding below it and then they hold the siding at the perfect height. Sometimes the siding falls behind it. And if you're not paying attention, you just nail a board completely onto your house, crooked as could be. And that's my idea of a good time. Like 8 more cuts that suck on the blue part. And then it's just all the way up.
Nice.
Update on how much I've been not helping recently because I am so tired. Oh my goodness. I've got almost 4 weeks, a little less than 4 weeks left before baby boy is born. And it's like becoming so, it's a paradox because I'm tired but I can't sleep. I'm hungry but I can't eat because I have heartburn. I'm super uncomfortable and can't find a position where I can relax. He's really high up and kicking all the time, which is so cool because I love to know that he's okay and I can feel him, but it's just like
very powerful kicks at this point because he's big and there's not much space in there left. So I'm trying really hard to stay positive because I'm really excited for him to be born and for us to have a baby, but I'm also really understanding what women talk about when they say that the end is the longest and hardest part. Everything leading up to this so far has been pretty good. Our first trimester was rocky and the second trimester was amazing. I had energy, I wasn't super uncomfortable and huge. The third trimester has just been a marathon. It's just been a lot of work to stay mentally positive, and poor Trent has definitely been bearing the brunt of those days when I'm not super positive, and he has done an excellent job of tolerating all of my emotions because there are so many emotions to go through. So I'm in here taking a few deep breaths because I get breathless really easily, and there's really not much I can do to help with siding. So they're out there crushing it. It's getting colder and windier, and it looks like it is going to snow, which I'm actually really excited about because that's why we live up here, is we love the seasonal change in the snow and wintertime. And at this point, I think we're pretty much ready for winter. So snow is coming, the siding is also coming, slowly but surely. And I am just trying to be grateful and stay positive.
Look at that. Just this small section is left for the front side, for the blue.
Well, the very top.
Yeah.
That little strip, the very top, and the rest of the sunroom and the front of the house will be completely sided.
It's not bad.
I feel like it's taken us a really long time. We got at least, you know, half or more of the house left to do, so. Whew. Siding is an adventure. Now I gotta clean up, prepare for winter. All right, so I don't know if you guys are excited for Thanksgiving, but I am excited for Thanksgiving, and the main reason is because I got this delicious turkey that I'm gonna be cooking in the Traeger, and this turkey actually came from ButcherBox, and ButcherBox is the sponsor of today's video.
ButcherBox believes in better. They deliver 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, heritage breed pork, and wild-caught seafood directly to your door. They take the guesswork out of shopping to ensure high-quality meat that is better for your family, sourced directly from farmers with high standards for animal welfare and sustainable farming.
All right, so maybe it's a little bit late for you guys to get your own turkey for Thanksgiving from ButcherBox, but if you guys sign up right now, they are doing an awesome Black Friday deal where you guys get 2 of their grass-fed New York strip steaks free in every box for an entire year. It's the best New York strip steak deal that they've ever done. You guys really should take advantage of it. If you're thinking about ButcherBox, now is the time to get signed up. Click the link in our description or go to butcherbox.com/Trent Allie. Thanks again to ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. Now I can't wait to get smoking this turkey.
First snow blow of the season.
I have to have gloves.
Are you dying?
It's just like the snow blows and gets really thin in the air, and then it just like sticks to my hands and like melts, but then my hands are just like frostbitten.
Even though there's heated handles on the snowblower?
They're like, they're not for heating your hands, they're for heating gloves. They're so that your hands don't get cold.
Oh, careful, there's wet paint on there probably. Well, that's fun.
So much fun.
Warm up by the fire, babe.
Much prefer the tractor.
Well, guys, good morning. It rained all day yesterday and it snowed all night yesterday. And this morning we've woken up to, what do you think, like 8 inches?
That was for others.
maybe a foot of snow, but it's gorgeous. It's a little chilly, and I think it's supposed to continue snowing. So needless to say, we will not be doing siding on the house today.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are we doing?
First real snow shovel of the winter season.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, good. How are the roads?
There's like snow balloon already.
The roads are pretty sketchy.
All right, so these doors have finally arrived from BMC. You guys probably saw a couple episodes ago when we went to pick them up. We tried to get as much siding done as we could before this snowstorm came. We got a good amount done, but now we are inside for a lot of reasons. And so now we're gonna start with the upstairs bathroom. We're gonna move this tiny little door up there.
Wow.
Get her hung, mounted, trimmed out, and then we're gonna start painting. Well, we got some other doors to mount too, but maybe we'll get to paint today.
Our first time ever having privacy in a bathroom.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Very nice. I'll lock you in there. Have to put the lock on the outside.
I didn't know that they were an actual,
Adult thing.
functioning item. I thought it was just so kids could reach the toilet.
It's a squatty potty.
I guess Trent's kind of a kid, so it works out.
It's the most ergonomical way to take a poo.
Well, next time I'm gonna put my knees in my chest.
Oh, they have to be resting on something.
Yeah,
you
you can't
can't
have
Pull your
tension.
knees up, you're like constricting your abdomen, so you're like pinching it off. You gotta be able to like,
Relax.
Or
you gotta get your feet up and let it like
Can you
dangle.
demonstrate for
You
us
could
really
just
fast?
sit on a
No,
little
no.
kid toilet, do the same.
For sure.
You could have just bought a little kid toilet.
We should have.
Yeah, that's what we have in the trailer. Before civilization was developed, everybody was just pooping in a hole. We're like apes, pooping like this. And this is like puts your digestive tract in a line. Usually there's not dogs here while you're doing it. And so basically, now that civilization has evolved and you sit on a toilet like this, it's not conducive to a good evacuation, we'll put it that way. So, some insane scientists, or some hippies, I don't know, they come up with the squatty potty. And so you put your feet up like this, and then as you raise your knees up, it's not quite a full squat like we're used to, but it's a lot closer to it. Now, Allie and I had a step in front of our composting toilet in the van. So we already had this built in. And then in the trailer, the toilet is made for us like 4-year-olds. It's like this high off the ground. So like it was already built in.
Yeah.
Then we got in here and I sit on this regular sized toilet and I was like, this is wrong. We can't do this. So we got a squatty potty. And they come in 1,000 different shapes and sizes and colors and materials and everything. So get on Amazon and pick yourself one up and thank me in the morning. All right, well, we are making a lot of progress. We got the bathroom door installed. Now we've got this door installed, but there's like pressure from the HVAC system pushing up from the basement, so
It's okay.
it
Wants to open.
just wants to open, yeah. Anyway, we need a doorknob for that. We need a doorknob for upstairs. We're about to install the 2 pantry doors, and then we can start doing the trim. And once we get done with the trim, we get everything puttied and caulked, we'll be ready for paint. And paint might not be today, it might be tomorrow, but once we get these slabs painted and we get all the trim painted, we just gotta hang the pocket door that goes in the pocket door slot over here and finish trimming that out.
After that, really, we need to start putting in pantry shelves because this room is becoming more and more vital to our livelihood.
It's very true, we do need some pantry shelves. I don't know if we wanna make those.
Okay, crazy idea. Since we don't know where my office is ever going to be, and it keeps floating around. We create our own pantry, right? So we get to design it. So we create an opening for the computer, and the pantry is around it.
Yeah, maybe.
And the chair is the island chair. It can just go right here.
I think it would just smell like dog food, and it would really cut into my cookie storage.
For sure. That's true.
Let's face it, the main reason we're even having this pantry is because of all my snacks. I know that I got a lot of snacks. They're always, they never have anywhere to be. We've got a whole pantry to be completely filled with snacks, and I can't have a third of it being taken up by computer space.
I just don't know where the office is going to be. It's so hard.
It's going to be in the sunroom. You need a heater.
It's going to be cold. We are going to wait to hang trim once all the doors are hung. So now we're moving on to something I'm very excited about, which is our pantry doors.
I feel like we could have made these ourselves.
You feel like that?
Well, I could have made it myself.
Oh no.
We definitely could have made these ourselves, but we had a lot going on. A lot of other stuff we wanted to wait.
Ooh, careful.
What?
Those
It's clear, right?
I think so.
Make it perfect.
Pretty darn. If it was any more perfect, it'd look like my wife.
Oh. Did you think of that all by yourself?
You ruined it.
I mean, it looks really good from here.
Looks even better from my house.
I mean, the problem is that, like, sometimes... Problem is, like, especially with a door that's operational, you really want it to be square and level so that when, like, the door's open, it doesn't, like, swing one way on its own, open or closed. So you want it to be level. But then when you level it, sometimes the wall that you're mounting the door in isn't level. It's a hair out of square. And so what happens is once you go to trim it out, you're gonna notice on like your casing, they're gonna be like different. And that sucks.
Who framed this house?
Who framed this house? Brandon?
Blame it on me.
Holy cow.
Wiggly?
No, there's like alternative 2x4.
Yeah, there's some space over here.
I thought you knew that.
Of course I didn't know that.
Well, you were doing something with the shims. I figured you were splitting it.
Well, I thought I was. Alright, and just like that,
Ooh.
we at least have pantry doors that close.
Hey. They don't open.
They don't open. I mean, unless you are real creative. I'm kind of upset because this gap is massive.
Yeah.
There's a gap on the other side that's also pretty large. And when we went to order these, I feel like I remember asking the guy, like, hey, can you do like custom sizes? And he was like, no, they're like set. So I was like, oh, okay. And I was asking him about this door because this door was like an inch wider than normal or something. And so then he called me back later and said, hey, we actually can do custom sizes, so we'll make that door an inch wider. So this door is like a little bit bigger than it could have been, or than it would have been. But this door, he gave me like the, oh no, it's just gonna have to be like a 2-0 door, so like a 4-0 opening. And really it could have been like a 4-3 or something, and it would have been bigger and better, and I would have been less upset.
You would have found something else to be upset
I would have
about.
found something else to be upset about. You're probably right. But either way, I'm upset.
It's been gorgeous today, just kind of like quiet and still with all the snow, and it hasn't really been snowing. It's actually been really sunny at times. And so we thought, okay, the doors are all hung. Let's pull the saw out onto the deck now that it's not snowing, get all the trim cut outside where all the sawdust can be, and not have to worry about anything. And of course, as soon as we set everything up, look at what it looks like outside.
I don't know if you can see, but it snowed hard. It's like rain, it's like grapple.
Sticky Dippin' Dots.
It is Dippin' Dotson. That's right.
finished up hanging the doors, doing all of the trim in the house. Really the only trim that we have left to do is on top of the half wall, and then some pine trim that's gonna go on the saloon wall, the accent wall in the sunroom. Can't do that today because we gotta stain it, so we gotta wait until it's not a blizzard outside. Anyway, so we have some errands to run, so we jumped in the truck and there was a foot of snow on it, so I was clearing the snow off just ever so vigorously, and I completely broke my windshield wiper, or the windshield wiper blade. I snapped it off because the windshield wipers were on from the last time I was driving the truck, I guess when it was raining yesterday. And so the windshield wipers came up, I went across the windshield with the big like snow sweeper that I have, completely broke the driver's windshield wiper. So luckily it's not snowing or raining right now, and we can drive to AutoZone as one of our many errands that we have to run tonight and get a new windshield wiper. It just seems like everything that can ever go wrong only goes wrong when there's a ton of snow.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't had any problems or any issues, and the last time it snowed, Julian got stuck, Brandon's tire came off the bead, like we had like a crazy adventure. Today, windshield wiper breaks. Hopefully that's the worst of our misfortune today.
I saw you down the motorway. There was something about you that day. I can still hear the shimmering sound. The hill is near, let's get right up. Walk up to the
Mission accomplished. We have functioning windshield wipers.
Let's see.
Well, you don't trust me?
Woo, they look beautiful.
Really nice. Well guys, I have a little confession to make here. Allie and I went and ran some errands. We had a really good time, and then we actually ended up going to dinner, and we had an awesome time getting some sushi. And even though Allie can't have most of the sushi that she wants to have and that she likes because she's pregnant right now, we did get to have an awesome meal. We made it all the way back here to home, and Lika only chewed up one dish towel. That's really the only bad thing that happened. I thought I'd pick up the camera right now and just kind of say a little farewell to you guys. We really hope that you guys enjoyed coming along on today's adventure. If you guys did, make sure you show us by giving us a big thumbs up on today's video. Consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already.
Thanks again to ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in our description to check them out.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Adios!
Let's sit down, it's getting cold. All that glitter is not gold, and you are something I don't wanna miss. The way you looked at me before makes me want you